The U.S. Air Force's newest fighter, the F-15EX Eagle II, is making waves with talk of astonishing speed and power. Some claim it could edge toward hypersonic territory, pushing the limits of what a conventional fighter can do. But how true are those claims? And what would such speeds mean for America's dominance in the skies? Let's dive into the incredible story of the Eagle II, a jet that's rewriting expectations. The F-15EX, the latest evolution of the legendary F-15, has stirred excitement for its rumored top speed, some even suggesting it could reach nearly Mach 3. The truth, though, is a bit more grounded. While it can't quite hit those extremes, the Eagle II still soars at astonishing velocities. Its maximum confirmed speed, Mach 2.497 in a clean configuration, meaning no external weapons or tanks to slow it down. Even though that's shy of Mach 3, it's still an incredible achievement for a fully combat-ready fighter capable of carrying a heavy arsenal. What's even more impressive is that this speed wasn't achieved in a record attempt. It was observed during routine testing, showing just how much power the jet has in normal flight. To understand why that matters, we have to look back. The original F-15, born in the 1970s, became a symbol of air superiority with unmatched speed and agility. Over decades, it's evolved again and again to meet new threats. Now the F-15EX continues that legacy, modernized with the latest avionics, sensors, weapons, and digital systems while keeping the raw performance that made the F-15 iconic. Flying at nearly 2.5 times the speed of sound, the Eagle II is both a frontline combat aircraft and a heavy-hitting weapons platform. It can carry more missiles than any other U.S. fighter, giving it devastating firepower to match its speed. But records aren't what define it. Real-world performance does. With its confirmed top speed of Mach 2.497, the F-15EX stands among the fastest and most capable fighters flying today, proudly carrying the F-15 legacy into the future. Beneath that speed lies raw power, two General Electric F-110-GE-129 engines, each producing nearly 2,900 pounds of thrust in full afterburner. This gives the Eagle II phenomenal acceleration and climb performance, making it one of the most formidable aircraft in the sky. Still, in real combat service, pilots rarely reach those extreme speeds. Achieving Mach 2.5 requires a stripped-down setup. No pylons, external stores, or conformal fuel tanks. In this sleek airshow configuration, the F-15EX becomes a pure performance machine, built for controlled test conditions rather than daily missions. At such speeds, heat becomes the true enemy. Beyond Mach 2, friction with the air creates intense thermal stress. At Mach 2.5, the heat loads on the airframe and engines are severe, something the F-15 was never meant to endure for long periods. Like most high-performance jets, its limits come not from lack of power, but from the intense heat that can damage surfaces, antennas, or even engine parts. Operational pilots know this well. In combat, the F-15EX's true power lies not in record-breaking numbers, but in its balance of speed, agility, and survivability, the traits that keep it lethal and reliable. Veteran pilots have confirmed this balance. One noted that while the airframe and engines could technically push past Mach 2.5, components like paint, sensors, and antennas wouldn't survive the heat. Another, former F-15C pilot Paul Woodford, recalled reaching speeds around Mach 2.21 in clean configuration during test flights in the 1980s, an astonishing performance that echoes through to the Eagle II today. The F-15EX may not quite touch Mach 3, but it doesn't need to. Its blend of raw speed, heavy firepower, and advanced systems makes it one of the most powerful fighters ever to take to the skies, a living testament to the enduring spirit of the Eagle. The newer F-15EX, equipped with more powerful engines, might reach slightly higher speeds, according to aviation expert Woodford. But he cautioned that the jet's design, especially its larger two-seat canopy, adds aerodynamic drag, limiting how much extra speed those engines can really provide. The Air Force has also made adjustments to reduce stress on the aircraft, such as removing exhaust pedals, known as turkey feathers, and slightly detuning the engines, both of which reduce maximum speed. Woodford estimated that pilots would rarely push the jet beyond Mach 2.2, and even then, only briefly, due to fuel limits. Another former F-15C pilot backed this up, recalling he once hit Mach 2.25 at high altitude. He noted, however, that the most thrilling speeds came at low altitude, where he recorded 780 knots, about 900 mph, at just 500 feet. It proved the aircraft could hit incredible speeds, but staying there wasn't practical because of fuel burn and airframe heating. When asked about the F-15EX's potential in regular service, another former pilot explained that while it has immense thrust, operational limits keep it from reaching its absolute top speed. The older F-15C, which was lighter, could reach Mach 2.5 during tests, but only by using the VMAX switch. In everyday missions, pilots rarely went beyond Mach 2.3 due to heat and intake flow concerns. The VMAX switch, located beneath the canopy sill, was a fascinating feature. Once above Mach 1.1, it could boost engine and afterburner fuel flow by about 4%, adding a small but powerful burst of thrust. The catch? It could only be used for 6 minutes, followed by a full engine inspection. Though all F-15s had the switch, Air Force rules banned its use outside of specific record attempts. Pilots say only the specially modified Streak Eagle ever used it. The Streak Eagle, a stripped-down F-15A, was built purely for performance, setting multiple time-to-climb records in 1975. Though its goal wasn't top speed, it likely hit around Mach 2.25. It was completely clean of external stores and extra weight, showcasing the extreme potential of the F-15 design under ideal conditions. But these records also highlighted real-world limits, fuel, safety margins, and heat stress that operational pilots couldn't ignore. Today's F-15EX benefits from more powerful engines and modern avionics, but those same physical limits still apply. Even with all that thrust, airframe heating, and intake efficiency set natural caps on sustained supersonic flight. Pilots rarely push to the max, reserving those speeds for testing or demonstrations. Still, the F-15EX remains one of the fastest fighters in service. Its blend of power, design, and precision making it a standout performer. Operational discipline, however, keeps it safe and reliable. High-speed flight demands careful management to avoid overheating or stressing the jet's structure. As impressive as it is, performance isn't just about raw power. It's about balance and engineering judgment. Interestingly, the Streak Eagle's records weren't just for glory. They dethroned the Soviet MiG-25 Foxbat, whose blistering speed and altitude forced the U.S. to develop the F-15 in the first place. The Foxbat's successor, the MiG-31 Foxhound, is still in service and theoretically capable of Mach 2.83, though it usually cruises at Mach 2.35. However, in 2013, Russia's Air Force commander admitted that Foxhounds are now limited to Mach 1.5 because of canopy strength concerns. Meanwhile, the F-15E Strike Eagle, with its F-100 PW2-20 engines, also had a VMAX switch, though pilots avoided using it due to engine damage risks. In theory, a clean standard F-15 could approach Mach 2.5, but in practice, such speeds were nearly off limits. The combination of airframe stress, fuel limits, and safety regulations meant few pilots ever touched that ceiling. Even under perfect test conditions, the F-15's true brilliance lay not just in speed, but in how it managed to stay powerful, reliable, and lethal under real-world demands. The record-breaking speeds of the past were achieved under highly controlled conditions, far from the reality of modern combat missions. But with the arrival of the F-15EX Eagle II, things have changed. Its upgraded engines deliver far more thrust than earlier models, giving it the power to carry heavier weapon loads and advanced systems, all while maintaining blistering speed. Pilots can now adapt the jet for a range of missions without losing the raw acceleration or supersonic endurance that made the Eagle legendary. Still, real-world limits remain. The F-15EX's top speed isn't determined only by its engines or airframe. It's also restricted by what it carries. Each bomb, missile, or sensor pod adds drag and weight, cutting into maximum velocity. And at extreme speeds, the friction of the air generates intense heat, pushing some external weapons beyond their safe limits. Boeing test pilot Rob Nowotny explains it simply. It's not the jet that holds back the speed, it's the stores. In a clean configuration, the F-15EX could fly much faster. But in combat, where it carries full loads of munitions, those weapons themselves become the true limiting factor. Still, Boeing emphasizes that the Eagle II is about more than speed. It's built for flexibility. With multiple hardpoints and external stations, it can carry a huge range of modern and future weapons. something stealth fighters can't match because of their internal bays. Commanders can choose the exact payload needed for each mission, from precision strikes to air dominance operations. This adaptability gives the F-15EX a crucial edge. It can mount oversized or experimental weapons, including those that may not even exist yet, and evolve alongside emerging threats. While officials are careful not to reveal specifics, they hint that this fighter could host advanced or even hypersonic weapons in the near future. Lieutenant General David S. Nahom has pointed out that the F-15EX can carry weapons too large for fifth-generation fighters like the F-35A. This makes it a perfect partner to stealth jets, able to deliver massive firepower from standoff range while stealth fighters handle targeting. Major Kevin Hand, a test pilot with the Air National Guard, has demonstrated the Eagle II's ability to fly high and fast across a wide envelope of performance. The Air Force has confirmed the jet will carry an unnamed oversized air-to-air weapon, possibly connected to the long-range engagement weapon project, which has since gone quiet. Launching missiles like the AIM-120 AMRAAM or the new AIM-260 from such a high-speed platform gives them more range and punch. The faster the jet, the farther the missile can go, striking from safer distances and improving kill probability. The U.S. Air Force plans to field 104 F-15EX fighters, with bases in Portland, Fresno, New Orleans, and Kadena in Okinawa. Training for the new fleet will be integrated with the F-15E Strike Eagle Schoolhouse, ensuring that the next generation of Eagle pilots are ready to unleash the full power of America's newest fighter.